पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्त्युपहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः.
He simplifies it. He makes it so simple that nobody can say, I cannot do this. Simple offerings. Whoever offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water. The key word here is with devotion. I accept that devout offering of the diligent seeker. So it's a simple offering. It's the bhavana, the bhakti, the devotion that makes all the difference. So go back. Sudama took 3 handfuls of poha, beaten rice, to Krishna. And that fulfilled him like nothing else in his palace fulfilled him. Shabari offered berries to Rama. And he accepted that devout offering, even though she tasted it before giving it. That little boy Gopal, when he was asked to give Guru Dakshina, gave a little katori of milk, which Krishna gave him. But it was because of the bhakti and bhavana with which he gave, it was inexhaustible, never ending. Now, when we give these examples, you don't understand it, you misunderstand it. And therefore, when you go to a temple, you throw a few coins in. When you go to a guru, you give crumpled, torn 10 rupee notes. Because you said, Krishna says, leaf, flower, at least I'm giving a 10 rupee note. That is not it. What it means is, you want to give the whole world. You have this attitude of giving. But this is only a token of what I feel. There's much more coming. And when you've given everything, your sarvasva, sarva bhavena, there's nothing else to give. That is the idea. Now here we are in a state where we don't want to give. We have no value for what there is. The thought doesn't cross our minds that, yeah, you're going to a temple. Who maintains that temple? How much effort must it take to take care of all the thousands of devotees that come? Just because it's free doesn't mean that you don't have a price to pay. Simple thing like parking. You go outside the country and left, right and center you give 10-pound notes as tips to people. And here, when the parking attendant legitimately asks you for a parking fee, there are people who just speed away without giving that 5 rupees. There's an industrialist, chairman and managing director of a company who used to, obviously he had no other work. So he used to examine the bus tickets of his peon. And he would complain, oh, this fellow, he chori karta hai. I said, okay, how much will he do chori? What about you when you go on all these foreign jaunts with your wife and children, which you are doing chori of the shareholders? How about that? The concept of giving is just not there. And that makes the difference between success and failure. There is a corporate executive, very senior corporate executive, who was in Bombay, recently shifted out. He went soaring up to a certain level and then plateaued and he's gone, he's on the downhill. And he can't understand why he's not successful. He puts in a lot of hard work, he is constantly upgrading his knowledge, this, that and the other. But what he's not doing, what has missed him, is the crucial aspect of the attitude of giving. He just doesn't have it. And so it comes back to you. Public spaces, this Oval Maidan and Churchgate was a dump. 3 ladies, 3 women, just 3 women got together and have transformed that place into a beautiful, safe sanctuary. But it never occurs to anyone that there is an expenditure. So if you go there even for a walk, you must think. But we've got so used to paying only when there is a demand made. You go to a movie at INOX, you very happily pay minimum 200 rupees for one show, where that most of the movies you have to leave your brains behind at home and go. Complete waste of time. Happily you give. But at a spiritual this thing, that is why in the Gita it says, one who takes the benefit of something that is offered by society, by anybody, without so much as a thought of repaying. Very strong language Krishna uses. Stena eva saha. He's a thief. And it will be taken away from you with divine interest. And that God is a money. If you think these recovery agents of banks are bad, think twice. There's a fellow who decided to make God a Tirupati, a 1% partner of his business. Initially, when his business was low, giving 1% didn't hurt him. Then when he started making his profit soared, then 1% of his total profits became quite a heavy amount. So he said, what difference does it make to Balaji anyway? He doesn't use the money. So he decided to put fake notes into the hundi. He put it immediately bankrupt. You know, there's a youngster here in South Bombay. He lives in a building. His income is the lowest compared to the rest of the residents in the building. Rich guys. Parking. He actually sat down and calculated, when I park my car there, what is the loss of income to that fellow? Because then every half an hour he earns 5 rupees or whatever the amount is. He actually sat down and calculated and made sure that the parking attendant got a minimum of that. He paid. I thought he was being taken for a ride by that parking attendant. So I said, why did you pay so much more than what the other residents pay? And he said, how can you use what they are giving as a standard? You don't understand. For when you park your car there the whole day, you're denying him his bread and butter, his rightful, legitimate income. So in other words, you're stealing from him. Just because the others do it doesn't make it any less of a crime. And I thought, my God, this youngster has a great future. The fact that he's thinking like this. This is it, friends. So, when he says, offer patram pushpam phalam toyam, he means you have to give your service. You have to maintain this attitude of giving, not just towards God, towards everybody, everything, toward the whole universe. Why? Because you are hopelessly in debt. So, you're not doing anyone a great favor by giving. Because you are in debt. And the attempt to repay is in itself so enjoyable. So when he says patram, he means you act in a spirit of giving, you act in a spirit of service and sacrifice. And then what happens? Pushpam, a few of your vasanas drop off. If you go and see the traditional puja, how the priests go about the puja, they don't, when you offer flowers to the deity, you don't take the flowers and chuck it at the deity like this. What do you do? What do? They hold the flowers in one hand, pick it up with the other hand and offer it to the Lord like this. So when you pick it up and your fingers are pointing downwards, you collect flowers. Flowers represent vasanas. And the same fingers pointing upward, the flowers drop. Vasanas drop. So when he says you offer flower, it means pushpam, it means you're offering your vasanas. So when you work in a spirit of service and sacrifice, your vasanas are offered to the Lord, your vasanas go down. Phalam, fruit, is collectively, as you keep doing this, all your vasanas are offered. So when you offer a coconut or a fruit, you're offering the result of all your actions, which is elimination of your vasanas. Toyam, water. Water is that which crystallizes. You know, crystals, what's the difference between an anhydrous powder and crystal? Crystals appear only when there is water. So where there is water, there is a crystallized form of you. So when you reach the state of realization, a realized soul has no longer any use for this body, so he offers the body itself as offering to the Lord. That's the state of Mahasamadhi. So there is a reason for his saying all of this. But what you need to understand are the key words here are bhakti and prayatna. Only devotion, you go swear love to someone. There are people who come and say, oh, it's so beautiful, the Gita is wonderful and Vedanta is superb. All superlative terms you use. What are you doing about it? Nothing. No use. Then work, selfish work without this quality of bhakti is also useless. So a combination of bhakti and prayatna, hard work, is what makes for this. And when you make this offering, Krishna says, I accept that devout offering of the diligent seeker. When you bring these two together, the bhakti and the prayatna together, Krishna accepts this, means your personality gets divested of vasanas and you achieve the ultimate. Next verse.